Okay, I guess we are live now. Cool. So this is the first time I'm going to be trying something new where I'm going to be doing a live stream and I'm going to continue keeping it alive, and I'm going to build one of the core features of my app during a live stream. So wait, I need to do something here. And yeah, okay. So like I was saying, this is the first time I'm doing a live stream where I'm going to be keeping the live stream actually live, because I've done previous live streams in private, and I'm going to be building one of the most core feature of my app completely while being on a live stream. So what app is this, you might ask? And the app that we are working on today is called as Realmark. Wait, let's hope it opens properly. Okay, it'll open in 3, 2, 1. Dude, what is wrong? uh, okay, so this is the thing where like you're demoing something, it completely goes wrong, day. Okay, so Realmark is an app in which you can like save reels. So what is cool about that? You can also save reels on Instagram. So what you can do on this app is that, say if you're choosing some category, like say you have chosen to store startup reels, so you can choose any reel that you want. So for example, this reel has Steve Jobs in it, and this Steve Jobs reel, you can generate a transcript. So whatever Steve Jobs is saying in this gets generated like a freaking transcript, right? So that the coolest part comes in that when you see whatever transcript is generated, this is a lot of just simple text. But you know what is great with text? Large language models. So you can basically take this entire text, feed it to an LLM, and get key insights based on it. So the PRD that you're seeing on here, right? Okay, on here, I'm not sure which side the camera is, but the PRD that you see behind me on the screen is basically what we are going to be doing today. So when a transcript is generated, on top of it, we are going to pass it through an LLM, and that LLM is going to fetch out more information from it. So let me give you an example. So right now, from this, we have this Steve Jobs reel, and it says someone taught me a very long time ago a variable lesson and a lot of things, right? But not all of this is important. Something that would be important over here is that when he says, when you focus on the right strategies, the right logistics, and right distribution, everything else becomes obvious. So where he says that, yeah, we have obvious plans where we'd like to see the bottom line. Okay, so I think I'm like kind of getting nervous because of this live stream. Otherwise, trust me, guys, I'm like really good at it. Okay. You will do the right marketing. You will do the. Yeah, so basically, somewhere in this reel, he says if you do everything right, the bottom line follows. And that is one of the quotes that you want to remember. And maybe some other, let's take some other example. In this, there is a reel with Sam Altman in it. And in this, he says, what is important is clarity of vision. So obviously, this is a much better example. So if your clarity of vision is important, you obviously is like one of the best founder trait, right? So in this transcript, we are going to pull off important things, and then those important things will be analyzed. I mean, the transcript will be fed into an LLM, and using that LLM, we'll like get some important things. So before I proceed, I'm just going to quickly see if all the settings are fine. I hope everybody can. I hope like currently there's like one viewer. Whoever you are, I hope you can see everything properly. Cool. So let's proceed. So this is I've already built the backend. The backend is running on the server right now. The server is completely live, right? So when this is done, I used Claude Code on my backend code to generate my PRD. So the PRD is basically this. It has so I'm asking to analyze Instagram Reels using AI powered categories specific extraction and all these things. So this URL is already hard coded on my app, so that is fine. You don't have to worry. So the core features are analyze reel by URL. So what I mean by here is that if you have a URL that gets sort of like analyzed using whatever, like, so the API that it is hosted in is like /API/analysis and whatever URL that is. So say if this is the URL of the reel and you feed user notes and things like that. So let me just show you the app real quick so it becomes like obvious to you guys on what we are doing. So I have made this app. I made like a lot of content about it. So I'm just going to show you guys one of these content that I made. Okay, this content. So let me just mute. Okay, it's muted. So I take this reel, right? And then I click on the share button and I open this app. So when I open this app, I send it to my app. So the thing that is happening right now is that this thing is being sent to this particular app, right? So the thing that I'm saying is cool while doing this is that you can generate transcript. But generating transcript is not the coolest part. So you can see, wait, let me try pausing it. So here transcript is being generated. But you can also see there's a reel note and that's a description of the reel, right? So the transcript got generated and this the transcript is the one which we will be passing to this reel analyzer. So when you see user notes here, what it means is that the notes is basically this is the description and this is the transcript, right? So now that we have all of this, we pass it through our endpoint /API/analysis with the URL of this reel. Okay, so what will happen is that it will use Grok. Grok is not Twitter, by the way. Grok is actually it's a inference platform. Like, let me quickly show you guys that. So what is Grok is that it's a fast and low cost inference. If you know what inference is, it's basically when you ask ChatGPT something, right? It gives an output. The process of giving output is basically inference. And when you say low cost inference, it basically means that whatever API you're using is like very super fast. This is not owned by Musk. That's like a common misconception. You see, it was launched and okay. Grok is launched by Musk, but this Grok is like a different thing. Okay, don't worry about that. So this transcript gets fed into this and we have an analysis. So the way this analysis works is that there's a response. So what generally happens is that there's a time gap between when you make an API call in the backend and when you get the result, right? To make sure that everything is proper in that area, we sort of like let the backend do its work and we consistently poll using our front end to check if everything has been successful on the backend or not. So 202 is a status code we use to say it has been accepted. The task is running successfully. You can poll and get the result. So let me just see quickly if the polling is also there. Endpoint get API analysis transcript/transcript ID. Okay, I think like this is okay. So what will happen is that once we have polled this, right, we will continuously poll this endpoint, which is to check if the analysis has been generated or not. Until we get generation, we will wait on it. Okay, so what is happening here is that a reel on fitness has been given by someone, and once the analysis of the transcript has been done, so you might, if you are going to gym a lot, right, you might know that you come across a lot of workout reels, and this workout reels, every time you save it to Instagram, it becomes a little bit hectic to go and get it back once you're at the gym. So what you can do is that you can give this to Reelmark, you can give it to Reelmark and it will be easily extracted out. So that is the feature we are developing right now. So seemingly this person has submitted a high intensity workout, which is like a body weight exercise. So when this high intensity workout was fed, what initially happened was that this whole thing, the action items was that try a 30-minute plank. So okay, I'll tell you what we are exactly doing. We are using the transcript, we are generating actionables and key quotes. So key quotes are things like keep your core engaged throughout the entire moment and all those things. All these things will be saved as a separate section where we'll call it as key quotes. And then action items are the cooler things. So imagine you're saving a real recipe, okay? And this real recipe, you're doing something like, can I quickly, if you're saving something, say butter chicken recipe, the actionable that we want to be generated would be like, can we have something like, say, make dinner at 8 p.m. would be an actionable. And this actionable, you can send it as a notification. Okay, so that is the that is the app we are trying to make. So a lot of these things is that instead of, there will be like different headers that will be like exercises demonstrated. And the cool thing is that you can search all of this. So if you search push-ups while you're in a gym, you will be referenced to this reel. That is a cool thing. So we are using Grok. That is fine. So this is the PRD that we generated. So the cool thing about PRD is that now if we submit this to Claude Code, right, all the code will be like automatically generated because it sort of like knows what we are doing. So yeah, that's it. So this is the PRD. I'm quickly checking if there's like some changes that I need to make here. So one change that I am seeing is that you see this analyze reel by endpoint, right? There's like two different endpoints, one that submits it and one that gets the result. And here it is submitting transcript ID, and transcript ID is present over here. Cool. I think it should be fine. There might be some problems because what if like it gets submitted like twice or thrice accidentally, right? And then the transcript ID is not generated. There could be like small issues like that. So I'm just like quickly checking if everything can be done properly. Yeah, okay, cool. You know what? Let's just like vibe code it, okay? I mean, that is the topic of this like stream. We are vibe coding this thing. So cool. We're gonna submit this and see what happens, okay? And yeah, I'm like a little bit worried because this is okay. No, yeah, I have to remove Anthropic because the only provider we are using is Grok. Only give Grok for now. Let me just check if there's any Anthropic not. Okay, that's nothing else. Okay, cool. Now that this thing has been there, let me submit it here. This is some project that I was working on. So let's exit that. I hope everything is visible to whoever's on stream. Whoever's watching this video. It's like, I'm not sure if it's not visible. I don't know what I'll do. Cool. So wait, I need to check if everything is committed. Cool. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong folder. Okay. So that was my backend where I was making all the changes, and this is my front end. So all right, now we have it. Now we have the entire PRD ready. I'm just gonna remove this part. I'm just gonna build this. We're not exactly building an IO app. We are like creating a feature. Okay, know what? I think I can like type this actually. So the way we are gonna do this is that like we're gonna type the initial part at least, right? Cool. So let's do this. So we're gonna say in art. So there's this cool thing when Claude, okay? So instead of letting the AI do everything, what I prefer doing is that I very specifically say which file you should make the changes in. So say if I have a real detail view. So real detail view here that I have is basically this this entire page. This entire page is called real detail view, and here is where I want all my changes to happen, right? So instead of being blind and doing like you figure out what to do, I guide my AI saying that this is where changes needs to happen and this is where you need to do. So we are adding a new feature where reels can be analyzed. Place it just below of transcriptions and have a button that says extract reel details using AI. No, that's actually pretty big. Let's just say, and have a button that says extract is a word that I want to use. Extract information using AI. Okay, let's say that. And here then we copy paste this. The backend automatically detects content type and extracts relevant data. So when we say this, we are basically telling the AI that the tags for each of this reel, each of the reel, as in, so if this is the Lex Friedman reel that I'm like having, right, all the tags, there's no tag. If you see, there's just like a description, there's like a note and shit. But right now we are saying the tags will be extracted by the backend. You don't have to worry about it. Just feed it and we'll give that information. So this, now that we have done this, I think, and let me just cross check once again. So we have get analysis. So in the code, I have built like a retry mechanism. Let me show you that. So there's this thing called transcript coordinator. And I think it has a retry mechanism here. Wait, let me see. Yeah, so you see the retry intervals, right? So I want the exact logic. So I'm also going to say use the same retry mechanism that is used in transcripts. So I'm not going to explain a lot, but just because I've said use the same retry mechanism that's used in transcripts, what is going to happen is that it will go through this code and it will try to find the word retry. And the moment it tries to find the word retry, it will come to be exactly right here. And once it's here, it's going to go understand that this is the retry mechanism that we're using. Use the same retry mechanism that is used in transcripts to fetch the analysis as well from the polling endpoint. So why I'm saying polling endpoint is because, like I said before, there is one endpoint that is used for submitting the task, and there is this another endpoint that we need for polling the task. So there are like two different endpoints, and so we are specifying that the polling endpoint is the one that needs to be retried. Okay. Now that we have done this, I think we can like successfully submit the whole thing. And once we have submitted the whole thing, what people usually do is that they also care about like the UI part of it, like the way they want it to be displayed and all. But I think I'm going to skip the UI for later, because UI is like a whole different thing. A lot of thought needs to go into that. So I'm just going to copy till here and I'm going to give it to Claude. Okay, so there have been 360 lines posted, but we are using Opus 4.5, so the context is not an issue, as in like it'll understand everything. I mean, both models understand everything. So I'm gonna just press enter. We have like submitted the whole thing, and we are just going to let Claude do its thing. Okay, so but the way we are going to do is we're not going to auto accept all edits. I think nobody should be auto accepting edits, bro. Go through it, see how it is doing, and you have to, I think, for majority of the part, I think you should not let Claude do auto edits ever. You have to properly guide it. There's something here. Okay, cool. Does my phone have charge? Yeah, it is. Cool. So now that we have submitted this task, we just have like a lot more time to discuss what is actually happening. So basically, like I said, it is this transcript generation. Once the transcript gets generated like this, we are gonna get more details out of it, right? So like in general, like there's a lot of useful content on Instagram right now, and all this useful content is what we are trying to extract using this app. So an example, again, like I know I'm repeating, but like if you see, this reel was probably some high intensity workout, but it exactly says what all things were done. So it says if any equipment was required, it says no, and then it says difficulty level, it says intermediate, and things like that. All that is like some information that would have been in the reel. So this is some high intensity workout reel. Similarly, I could have submitted some recipe reel, or say some fashion reel where you have some dress which needs to be, like there are some, this is just for the women, but like, or for the men also, sorry, ignore that. So any fashion reel where some dress needs to be purchased, that can be used to extract this as well. But what I think, okay, I have complete understanding of the patterns. Let me launch plan. Okay, so Claude is still doing plan. So what one cool thing that you can do with app is that you can add like notes to it. So like if somebody is saving this workout, they could either choose to say that this is a high intensity workout, or they can, if with what we are building right now, we can let the LLM decide what to do. Like if the LLM gives this in topic as high intensity workout, then users can proceed to search it, is what the idea is. Okay, so this is taking 2 minutes 42 seconds, 43 seconds. Cool. But you can see not a lot of, this is actually, you might think that 10k tokens is not a lot, but for a task like this, 10k tokens is huge. Ideally, I mean, it doesn't matter really, because right now AI has reached a state where this number of tokens doesn't matter. So if you guys know about this recent launch, right? Claude Opus 4.6, it actually has 1 million tokens. So Opus 4.5, which is what I'm using here, you can see it here. Yeah, Opus 4.5 is what I'm using. Opus 4.5 had 200k tokens, which was already a lot. And here I think it says somewhere that it's 1 million tokens. Million. Okay. Pricing remains the same. Okay, yeah. Wait, let me search million again. Million. Bro, okay, but trust me. What is the context window size for Claude Opus 4.6? Yeah, see, 1 million token. So Claude Opus had like 1 million tokens. Claude Opus 4.5 had 200k. So this is what we are working with right now. But this model is like, I think it's not available or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it's available to Claude Code yet, but it's available. I mean, I'm on the Pro plan. I think it's only available to the Max plan. So it has been 4 minutes since we submitted. The planning is intense. I'm not sure if the planning is intense or if like it got stuck or something, but I don't wanna. So there is this thing that you can do where you can press Control O to see what is happening. Command, yeah, Control O. But okay, something is happening. Something new is happening. Let me read a few critical files to verify the patterns, then write the final plan. So okay, so what has happened is that Claude Code has decided that it needs more information, and it's going to proceed to read more things. Cool. In the meantime, we can discuss something about Claude Opus 4.6. Is that Claude Opus 4.6 actually seems to have this thing where it is starting to develop consciousness. So people were like super scared about it, and I was thinking, okay, maybe whatever, like consciousness is fine, right? But then I saw this one tweet. Let me see if like this thing got generated. Okay, yeah, it has a plan now. Declare. Okay, I'll get back to that later. Let me close this for now. Okay. So this is the plan Claude Code has generated. Add and extract informations using AI feature into real detail view. So earlier we described this is what real detail view is, and uses the same polling pattern transcripts with exponential back off correct. New main actor singleton. Cool. I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now. So one thing that I could do is that just press enter and see what happens. And I think I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to auto accept edits. I'm going to manually approve edits, because if something is going wrong, then I can, like, quickly correct it. So cool. Creating analysis models.swift. So a lot of the code here is kept in like different, like a pattern called as MBVM, and in that we have a new model being created for just analysis, which is exactly fine, because like if you think about transcripts, we have like this model, and it has like a bunch of things. It has like a lot of things that it's doing, and everything is fine. All of these things is like super cool. So analysis is again same thing. So let's proceed with that. I mean, not a lot of things to be discussed here, but we can like just see the code quickly. So there are like different processing states, which is as I've described in like the backend. And then there is this user notes section, and then there's like a force reanalyze based on what is happening. Like if we want the LLM to reanalyze something, then we can use that. This is actually, it's not necessary that it needs to be exposed to the front end, but we have done it anyway. Okay, so we have just specifying that these all options are available and can be used. Okay. So Swift data is basically the database that we're using, which is simply just like a SQLite database. It's inside our iPhone, and right now I don't have like a common database, because like this app doesn't have like a lot of users. It has like 40 users or something on downloads. So I don't want to create like a like explicit database for a very small app. So all the information for now is stored like just within the app. I'm not using any backend or something. I'm using backend for generating analysis, which is sort of like important. But for everything else, I'm like doing it on device, which I think is the right way to do it. I mean, it's the right way for an early stage founder. If you're like, if you have like a good company and things like that, then obviously keeping everything on the back end is ideal, because then you can let the user view it on different platforms, like if they are viewing it on the web and like, or like anywhere. But right now, if the user deletes the app, like if right now if user deletes this app, right, all of this data will be gone forever. It's not the best design, but it works. Like you can test things early, so it doesn't matter. So right now we have the network calls that are being made in our networking client, which is created as an extension of my class, which is a networking client, which is cool. Again, everything is an extension, so it's perfect. Like this is exactly the way we want it. And yes, so you can see like these calls could be further made better in an iOS standpoint, but I think like whatever is happening is ideal already, so we're not gonna care much about it. So what do we have? What Dude, there's just one viewer on my live stream, but that might also be because like I'm streaming like way late into the night. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna be posting this live stream as a video also for like people to view later. In case everything works out well. Otherwise, I'm gonna totally private it and hide this video forever. Okay, so there's this analysis coordinator. This is the place where we are saving it back to our database. So we are also creating a buffer of reels, which is this buffer is what I made for my transcripts. So it realized that we have this transcripts, like this guy is doing it in transcripts, we can do it here as well. But the difference is that transcripts take a lot of time. This API call is like relatively faster. So we don't need a buffer here. But, oh, it's also, so all these things I have created already as a part of my transcript, right? I have had it as a background task and things like that. Check out the AI Insight. It's also creating this notification, bro. So I'll tell you, right? This notification things I created as a part of my transcript. My transcript is like fully what happened? Notification. Oh, spelling is wrong. Notification. So as a part of my transcripts, I have created a way to send notifications once the transcript is available, right? So this LLM, it sort of like figured out that all these things is happening in transcript. It's maybe necessary for analysis as well, and it perfectly pulled out everything, bro. It's cool. It's like so cool. Let's do yes. I think it should be fine. We don't have to overanalyze it at this point. It is fine. Okay, now it's finally coming to place subviews, which is a layout that arranges views in a flow, wrapping to next line as needed. I'm not sure if we need this. I have specified that like there can be multiple views, but creating views on the fly is always bad. Place subviews, size up sets, flow result. Because what would happen is that like when new rows are created, right? I mean, SwiftUI handles it perfectly, but it's still risky about what is happening. I think it's fine. Cool. I don't like this song. I'm changing the song. It ended up. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna slightly increase volume. I hope you guys can still listen to me after that. So this task has been running for 9 minutes. This progress bar is something that I created for transcripts again, so I'm gonna press enter. Can we reuse the progress bar? I think we can reuse the progress bar, but it's okay. We don't need to worry about it now. I think I'll add it as like a different part. I'll add it as like a reminder or something. So, reminders, reel mark. Combined two progress bars from transcript and analysis. Cool. Oh shit, I pressed enter without saying what this is. I hope everything was fine in that. Okay, analysis result view. We have key codes, we have action items, we have categories, we have summaries, we have provider. Why is it telling provider, bro? God. This we are removing. We don't need this. Okay. Category data, key codes, action items, categories and topics, summaries. Okay, we should have mentioned that all these things needs to be searchable using search. We will do that next. Now I need to update real detail. Let me read it again to find the exact place to add the analysis code. Cool. We're gonna just do it, it's fine. Max analysis items is 20, yeah. Bruh. We don't need that much. We're gonna change it to 3. Yes. I think 4 is fine. So the way it's placing it is that it's keeping it only shown if transcribed. Only shown if transcribed. Okay. So just because we edited it, it sort of like went back, which I think is fine. Yes. So the cool thing for people watching on stream right now is that this entire video will be available later on. Like if you guys want to see it at a later point in time, most likely. If what I'm doing is failing, then it will not be available ever. It'll be hidden deep in my private folders forever. I think doing a live stream actually sort of like slows me down, because I think I would have been like a lot faster if I was like doing it off stream. But I think like this is fun. It's like a lot more fun. Right now I have one viewer who's like not talking to me, but I think in most other cases this could be fun. So if you want to hit something on chat, please hit something on chat. So we have another thing that we pressed without reading it. Extract information using AI. So if reel is analyzed, show analysis result review, reel of reel. Okay. This is making this file a little too large. So I'm just gonna say, put it in a new file called file name plus analysis. It's getting a little bloated now. Okay. So this is just like to make sure that everything is like concise. It's saying good idea, but I'm very sure it's only saying it because it's a LLM. Even if it's a bad idea, we will never know. So we have two things left. Basically, our output file is being. This is the output file which was getting generated. This is where the final analysis will be available, and also the place where you can trigger an analysis. And then it will update our home page to create this thing called buffer. So you can think of buffers as like tasks that have already started but not finished. So those kind of things will be available to our homepage. So if somebody starts an analysis but they want to go out and do something else, then they can come back and like, proceed. So it's like kind of fine. Like they can come back to the app and it will start fetching the analysis again. So the reason I'm doing this live stream or sort of this thing is just so that like a lot more people can get comfortable with this idea of AI assisted programming, which is what vibe coding should actually be. When you say vibe coding, right, you mean to say that you're just doing things on vibes. But AI assisted coding is when you're like actually working with our large language model and giving it exact directions on what it should do. It's like being a senior software engineer who's like guiding a junior, and that's what you're doing right now. And when I'm live streaming this, you will understand that the process is actually like super easy, and that is what I want to convey to the people. And the reason I'm doing it so late in the night is because my sleep schedule is screwed, not because of anything else. Dude. Okay, await process pending analysis buffer. This is something that's really not required. It's really not required, but I'm just like letting the AI do it because it's cool. We for transcripts it's required because transcripts can take like 10 to 20, even like 1 minute at times. But analysis is like rather fast, so I think it's fine. Analysis is just the API call, right? For transcript you have to like run this thing called whisper, and then you later need to do a lot of things, so it can take time. Okay, it's finally ready. Let me run it. This error should go off in some time is what I'm thinking. What's there? So let's quickly check that up. I think it's missing import combine. Okay. Okay, some other error, or is it the same error? Invalid redeclaration of body. Okay, yeah, that's an issue. Let's call it category body, and then search category body. That should be fine. I mean, I can make AI do this, but it's fast if I do it. Incorrect argument label. Apply. Let's just see if this thing is used somewhere else. Okay, that's fine. So some things that I like to do is that not immediately jump to give the LLM that error. I'll first see if I can fix it, and if it's like kind of obvious like how it was right now, then I fix it. Otherwise, everything is cool. I can just give it to the AI and it will solve it anyway. So okay, you know what? Let me screen share what I'm doing. Oh shit. If I screen share, you guys can actually follow it along with me. Disclaimer though, for the first time it will fail or it might fail. So in a case where it fails, we will remain absolutely calm. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I will stay calm for sure. I know that. So earlier we were seeing this Steve Jobs reel. Let's see if we can search Steve Jobs from here. Wait, why is search not working? Oh, the reason it's like slow right now is because it's connected to my laptop. So a lot of these things are running live. So there could be some button issues and all, but it's not because of the app. It's because we are like doing it in debug mode. Okay, job was like a wrong idea. Let's search Steve Jobs. Okay, cool. So transcript for this is extracted. We're gonna do extract information using AI. And server error, details not found. Okay, cool. That is something new. Oh yeah, so like we said, we are not gonna panic, right? We're gonna come back. We're gonna play the song on Spotify and see what the error is. No task ID. Analysis failed. No task ID. Started background task 10. Analysis failed. No task ID. Okay, wait. Let me quickly check the PRD that we gave. ID 15. Analysis ID. Okay, so it's saying it's missing a task ID. Get transcript ID. But which endpoint is this? I'm gonna just clear this up, clear the whole thing, and I'm gonna press this extract information button. So it's gonna fail again. It's fine. So funny thing is, like, this endpoint doesn't require task ID. Or does it? I'm just gonna see where analysis failed is. Gonna see what's happening. So what I'm thinking is that even though task ID is passed here, it's not accurately utilized. Analysis, progress info. Where's the API call being made, bro? Wait for analysis. So it's sending task ID and transcript ID. So let's just see what is being used. Okay, so transcript ID, processing state, get analysis. Let's see if it reached here. Fetching analysis by ID. Okay, it didn't reach here. So what I'm thinking is happening is the task gets over so soon that it immediately sort of like it sort of like deletes the task, but at the same time the analysis could have already been created. So I think that is what has happened here. So I'm just gonna ask chat the LLM to do it. So there can be a case where the task ends before the polling call is made, in which case we will get the error no task ID, meaning that the task no longer exists, meaning the task no longer exists. In this case, try to attempt the analysis call once before call. Do not directly throw an error. No need to check if this is the exact error, but on failure of polling, run this API call once with transcript ID in place. Okay. Let's see. I'm like not sure about it. I have to check my backend. Like I said, my backend is being hosted in a server. So, and I'm gonna extract it, but my backend code is a little bit more sensitive than my front-end code. So I don't want to show it on stream. So I'm just gonna quickly check it up off stream, as in like I'm not gonna show it to you guys. But okay. But based on what I see, the analysis is completed. And there are a bunch of API calls which are not found. Basically means that the task is not found, which I think is fine. Okay, so everything is fine on the backend side. So yeah, it's doing exactly that. So it says do. Okay, so get analysis by ID, get analysis. It's complicating things, but I think it's fine. Exponential component, min exponential. Okay, this is all fine. Let's see. Okay, so it's not only updating that, but it's updating like every place where this logic was there. I think it's fine, but it's okay. So it says polling failed, but attempting to directly use transcript ID, which again is like the right way to do it. So we're gonna support it max. So it's cool. Whatever is happening is like perfectly cool. It's exactly what we want. And I'm gonna run the build again. And at the same time, I'm gonna share my screen to particularly describe what is going on. Okay, and accept. The song is going to stop because AirPlay is on. And yeah, let's go. So it's taking a little bit of time because it's connected to my laptop, right? So let's go back to the same Steve Jobs reel. Again, the typing is going to take a little bit of more time than expected, which is fine. I'm going to type Steve Jobs. And I think this was the reel we had previously analyzed. Yeah, see, it says fail to start analyzing task. I'm going to click this again, and hopefully this time it will succeed. Fail to start analyzing task. Let me just quickly go back. Start my song again. and check what the error is. Bro, this is actually like a little bit frustrating. Okay, I'll just be right back. I need to go somewhere. I'm just gonna say print both task ID and transcript. Actually, I can just directly see my backend on what call is being made. Again, for privacy purposes, I'm not going to show you guys what calls are happening on my backend side. Let me quickly check that out. Bro, it's like not trying to do a fetch again. Like there's no transcript. Okay, it's actually not sending that call. The transcript call is not okay. Let me just quickly recheck it. The transcript call is not happening. Please check. Okay, I'm just gonna be more clear about it. The transcript call is not happening in cases of 404 from the first call, which is what is returned for task not found when the task is completed. Please check why this call is not happening. There are like some situations where I think like the AI has actually made me lazy, and this is one of them. Because like if this was the case, I would have like been super fast. Ideally, I would have might have finished it faster, but it's okay. I would have finished faster on writing the network call, but creating a UI is a different task. I might not have been fast creating a UI. Okay, so it's doing the right thing now. In a case where 404 is returned, it might not be throwing an error, but it will be triggering something that doesn't go into the catch block. So when it says catch block, it basically means wait, where is it? Okay. Wait, this error, where was it? Analysis failed. So it says basically that there's a do and this is the catch block where this we are making is get analysis call. It's not happening. Now let's see what it figured out. Throws a network server error which should be caught. So it's printing the error. Okay, I think like it will ask me to run it and check, which I think is fine. Let's see what's happening. It has just updated the code to add extra print statements, so nothing else has happened. But it's saying as if something more happened, which is little sus. But I think it's fine. Let me quickly search Steve Jobs again. I'm not okay. Actually, let me just share my screen. Why would I not show you guys? Of course, this is on YouTube, so yeah. So you guys can see it. This is Debbie analyzing content. Yeah, this was expected because like the code literally didn't do anything. Networks. So it says, let's see, it says state is completed, right? But then it fails at task ID none. Bro, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Like the AI is like actually stupid. Okay, wait, it's making more changes. Okay, I'm not going to make it do more changes. When here are the latest debug, and I'm going to say it says 202 task ID none, no, and this is stupid and it should know it. Let's see. When a task was created, it returned 202 to say created, but it clearly says the status of the analysis is completed in the response, but still we are using the no task ID and generating an error which is wrong. Please check what is going on. In this case, the analysis should have analysis call by transcript ID should have happened. Why did it not happen? I'm clearly angry. That is why all this caps locks is for. And frankly, I don't understand why it is doing this, because like 202 is not a failed code. submit response status, networking client plus analysis, cool. Response ID, task ID, returns response. What is this response object? It has transcript ID in it, so ideally it should have worked. Submit analysis. And let guardlet submit task ID. Maybe the task ID is not returned here. Ah, okay. This statement is the issue. This statement is the issue, guys. I think I should have done this before. What the F is happening here? All this is stupid. So we're gonna say no. Should I say you are dumb? No, let me not say that. So I'm just gonna say that in at analysis helper. Is it not coming? What is this file called? Yeah, in real detail plus analysis, we have this code segment where it fails because task ID is not there, because the task completed successfully. But we return an error even when transcript ID is present on a successful task. Please correct this. Also, guys, what I'm going to do next might seem a little bit evil, but trust me, it's not. Okay, you have to do this for the LLM to understand that it doesn't have to generate random code. Please do not generate random code. Understand the context properly. So what I have understood is that there have been so many cases where it generates like useless information. It generates like useless information, and we don't want that to happen. And I feel like it has some metric that the amount of code generated is like good for it, but we just want accurate code, right? So when we say things like do not generate random code, do not generate useless comments like that, it sort of like, you know, gets into the context of the LLM that it's not supposed to generate useless things. And I think don't generate useless things seems like so obvious, right? But it still continues to do it anyway. So let's see what happened here. Let analysis response. If analysis submit response dot status equal to completed. It totally doesn't have to do it, but it's okay. Get analysis. Okay, this is fine. This is cool. Perfect. And yeah. So I think this should work, but let's run it again. I'm gonna share my screen and like already. I think like the LLM is still working on it, but I think it's fine. Okay, I'm sharing my screen with you guys, and again, like as I said, like this has this connection to the Xcode debugger, so do not mind if it's like a little bit slow. It's fine. So we are gonna search for the Steve Jobs reel that we were trying to. Okay, the search is not working. Steve Jobs. Yeah, the spelling's wrong. Steve Jobs. And this is what we were trying to. So ideally, now it should work. Let's just pray to every single god that it works and tap. Tell me if it worked. Tell me if it worked. Did it work? Oh wow, okay. Cool. So action items, it's giving us a, bro, this is actually pretty freaking cool. Steve Jobs shares his strategy for turning Apple around, focusing on getting the right strategy, people, and he emphasizes the importance of doing the right things. Let's go, let's go. It has categorized it into business, leadership, which is perfect. Categorized topics, which is also perfect, and action items. So the way I'm thinking about action items right now is that I'll add it like into a separate to do, which the user can, choose to add as a separate to do. Key quotes again. Okay, you guys can see it on the full screen as well, right? So key quotes is also like shared, created. So if you do the right thing on the top line, the bottom line will follow. If you get the right strategy and the right people, then like everything is obvious. Okay, that is crazy, is what I think. What do you guys think? It's crazy, right? Okay, let me try to get another stage of reel. So firstly we'll have to, so right now it's like a weird thing where I've said that you need to generate the transcript before you before you get the whole thing, before you can see the extract using AI button. So we're gonna let this finish. Ideally it should finish in some time soon. Mm. Okay, so there are few error cases where if in Instagram, if somebody has disabled download, then this thing will fail. So I think that's one of those cases. Oh shit, why did I completely come out? Let me search Steve Jobs again. I think like this one's still fetching. Okay, this one has a transcript. Let's do extract information. Yikes, reel not found. Oh, whoa. Okay, that is a new error. Okay, you know what? I think like these are like relatively older reels, so the reel is not present with the backend. Uh, Let me try something new. So one of the life advice reels, I think like these are the newer ones. So these all okay. These are a bunch of things. So let's try analyzing them. So the problem is some of the reels which are there in my older version, those things are not ideally present. So yeah, this is fine. You know what? Let's try extracting a reel, like the full flow of it, right? Okay, wait. So I'm just quickly going to go to Insta, uh, see if there's any reel that I can fetch. Okay, not this, not this. It needs to have like a lot of text content, like some content which actually helps people. Okay, so this guy is struggling with his life, so we're gonna extract this. Let's go. And we're gonna add it to life advice maybe. Let's see what happens. Note that we haven't exactly seen what was going on. So we're gonna paste it here and submit. So this is here. So let's generate transcript. Hopefully this thing works, unlike what happened last time. Okay, it worked. So now that the transcript is generated, we have the extract information, extract button, and the analysis is done. And I really did not see the whole reel, but I know that the creator is starting a new journey of rebuilding their life in public after facing struggles and a lot of things. The creator has blocked everyone they know and created a new account to share a strategy. And action items has like start rebuilding your life, dude. uh Frick. That's actually pretty cool, right? I think like this is cool for now, but it's really not cool if this thing cannot be used further. So every single key code that gets generated, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like two separate tabs here, and just have like all the accumulation of key codes which were generated, and those key codes will uh, I think there needs to be an option to save key codes. So okay, cool. So that's what I'm going to like design next. But before that, I think like some things. Let me check it for this. Hopefully it should work. And timed out. Wait, what? Okay, so I think the 4 retries were not enough. Okay, we'll increase the number of retry count, but so right now we kept the retry count as 4. I think we'll have to do the retry count as like 10 or 15. I think it should be fine. So the thing that you guys have to note is that this action items, these key codes, they are not like they are they are really not uh, well optimized in the LLM context. So we are going to make it better, but right now it's fine. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to make it so that the key codes and action items can be stored. Okay, but I think I'm like super happy with like the outcome, dude. Like, just think, look at this. Like, wow. I use social media. Okay, this is not perfectly something. Let's like, try extracting information about this. This was a girl who had like a. Okay, we can see actually the transcript, right? So it is about a girl who's saying about if you're ambitious and chasing big goals, then this is for you and things like that. Take action towards your goals, embrace uncertainty and change. Okay. You cannot become the new version of yourself in the same environment that built the previous one. So ideally, when I'm having like something like this, I want to be storing this into something. Is what I think my next feature should be. But what I'm thinking is like if somebody was to not I'm like right now deciding if this feature should be like a premium feature or like a feature that's like open to everyone. So cool. So I think like we can do it later. We can decide things like that later. So for now, I'm just going to commit my change, which is in my Reels folder. Okay, there was like a bunch of changes that happened here, which is cool. So what you guys need to know is that like we generated this whole thing using this PRD, right? And this PRD was generated from my backend, in which in turn had the code for all the analysis that was going on. And so all this is perfect. Let me just check my git def once just to see if there are any obvious changes that I have to do. Mostly not, but it's okay. I think that should be fine. Git add dot git commit -m add analysis to the code. And let me do a git push because why not? And now that we have done this, I think a couple of changes that we have to do is that before somebody generates the AI analysis, right? And also this UI is like super bad. Like you see how AI analysis and everything is like always. You see this like lifestyle motivation and things like that. Okay, but that's not the main issue. So if somebody comes to this page, right, like where a transcript is not available, they will feel that there's okay, let me go back to the Steve Jobs reel again because for some reason, oh lol, okay, not this then. Yeah, so this is a reel which failed to download, which happens in few reels. You can see that like the get transcript whenever it's like whenever it is not there, it sort of like does not show the AI option at all. So we want it to be present, but we wanted to say generate the transcript first. So that is what we are going to be doing now. So something that I want to tell you guys is that oh shit, yeah. So when you do /context, currently we are using like this much of context which we don't need for the next task. So I'm just gonna do clear, and proceed with my next task. So when transcript is not available, we are currently not showing the AI analysis option at all. Make it so that that button is seen but is disabled and says generate transcript first. Huh. Okay. So this will now make sure that everything is like perfect and everything gets like generate, like the people are like more aware that something like this is there. Now while this is happening, I want to ideate on what I should be building with, because like right now that we have this action items, the action items right now is like terrible. So I have like two plans. Okay, one of this is action item should be added to a to do, and then the key code should be added to like a sort of like a code book or something like that. And when a code is added to a code book, you sort of like remember the important things that you came across on Instagram. And am I feature bloating this app? I little bit think so. I do feel like I'm like adding a lot of features that are unnecessary. No, it's very necessary. I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry. I feel like I'm automatically going on a speak mode. But I need to like build it the right way. And at the moment, I don't know what the right way is. So today's plan was to get this thing feature online, which we are like doing right now. So let me just like quickly do this. I'll just like discuss in broad on like what and all we are planning to do after this. So cool. And okay, we are running the build. Let me share the screen for one last time, because after this we are going to be ending the stream. We'll be discussing like some couple of things maybe, but the stream will end soon. Okay, now that we have this, so this ramen reel is something that I feel is one of the make or break for how this app will function, because this transcript has a lot of things about this ramen. The description doesn't have much, but it says things to try as Kuraku Ramen, which is like a place in Bangalore, I think, and then has like a bunch of itinerary and all. So ideally, let's see what extract information using AI does here. And I'm just hoping everything is fine. So it says the category is perfect, dude. Category, it has categorized it as like lifestyle and a food reel. And then there's like different topics. There's like restaurant review, ramen, food recommendation, and it's like says action items, visit Kuraku for ramen, which was exactly what was there in the description. Try Kuraku ramen with chicken. I mean, yeah, whatever. Order the chicken skewers, try the yakitori and everything. I loved it so much that I went back. I mean, these are all like food codes. I'm not sure if people will save food codes, but if you're someone who wants to save that, the option is available to you. When are we going live with this thing? Is we're going like live like pretty soon. But in the meantime, let me just like quickly check some other content as well. What is this about? Copycat startups. Cool. Okay. So usually it's a pretty new idea. Facebook was a copycat, whatever. That doesn't work either long. Usually the company that started first will eventually muscle you out. So we are running an analysis on this. I think, oh shit, I have to increase the retry count. I forgot. So there's a good chance that this might fail. Let me see what happens. Okay, wait, what happened? Why did it freeze? Dude. Oh shit, I shouldn't have come back. Bro, where's the button? Where's the extract button? Ah, shit. The extract button vanished. Okay, cool. I think I'll fix that error later on. Let's me see what is this. If you manifested everything you want. Dude, but what happened here? Oh, because I came back. Oh shit. Okay, no, but like this one worked. The creator emphasizes the importance of being prepared for the responsibilities that come with manifesting one's desire. But like, what really happened here? Wait, was this a tree? Okay, let me try extracting again. Huh. Dude, let me see what's happening. I'll just quickly check on my backend, which, if I remind you, is like little private because it's like a little sensitive to share backend code. I don't like. What if I accidentally leak my API key or something? Um, Already analyzed true. So the analysis has succeeded, but the we are not getting the response. Let me just quickly check if there's something on. Oh, there's a decoding error. Lol. Lol. Okay, wait. I need to fix this. Um, I'll just quickly check this. Quickly copy this. And I'll give it back to the AI. In most cases, this should now fix it. Huh, the diagnostics error are ID index. What? 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 The actual issue you're seeing is a runtime deck. Okay, cool. I thought it was like telling me it's a diagnostic error, bro. What? I don't know what that. What? Like, AI is so random at times, but cool. I think once we fix this, what is this? People worry about copycat. Cool. We'll come back to this and we'll fix it after. I need to fix the valid access dot action items dot count on an optional. Let me check. Optional. Doing a bunch of good things, bunch of like cute things. Okay. Analysis will now be visible but disabled. Okay, cool. Okay, so we are the remember we are checking the copycat reels. That is the one we are trying to. That's the one that failed. So let me quickly share my screen again. I know I said like the last time would be the last one, but like this is the last one. Maybe. No, definitely. Uh, okay. So quickly checking out. Wait, why does this not search? Copy. Yeah, this is the copycat read. This is where the analysis was failing. So let me analyze it. Ideally, it should work right now. Eh? What happened? So it succeeded, bro, for sure. Extract summaries, action items, and key insights using AI. Where is the button? Where is the button which tells? Okay, this is clearly an error. Okay, I really don't know what this means. I'm gonna give it to the AI. could not materialize Objective-C class named array from declared attribute value type of category named analysis category. Okay, so there are additional changes which needs to be made in the model. JSON encoded string, JSON encoded string. Cool. I mean, as long as like, wait, I think I need to verify if this is true. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Um, I'm gonna be like, is this true? Okay, so core data does not support this type. So that is what we were looking for. And that seems to be true. Encode as data, use a transformable. Bro, so the thing about Swift as a language is that it's like so complicated because it's developed over a period of time by like very talented engineers. So a lot of the things you can do basically anything, but some of the things are like so complicated that you can spend like years and years in this and you'll still not be like, you cannot call yourself as good because there's like infinite information which you can learn. And I choose not to learn things because AI is writing most of my code right now, which is also a bad take. It's a very bad take. You should learn things, guys. So, okay, I hopefully this thing works. Let me see if like you get the extract button again, because like I think we'll also need add a reload button next to AI analysis, which can be triggered. Actually, if somebody is uh, triggered when the analysis is not available. Actually, no. I don't know what this case is. It just says AI analysis and extract things. So I'm assuming the extract and summaries must be somewhere in the code. Extract summaries. Okay. So when this code, this part of the code is available, then reel is analyzing, or reel is analyzed, show analysis. So okay, show the reload button when the text is visible right below it. No, I don't think that's the right way. Okay, this is the failure case for sure, right? So I think it's fine. That's a failure case where like things are submitted, but like there's some issue on the back end that is it's not returning the data, or there's some issue on the front end, like how we have it right now. So hopefully that fixes it, and the moment this gets done, we are going can request analysis. Now, what is it going on here? Okay, it's trying to cook. The AI is trying to cook some extra things. We will let it cook. So where is can request analysis? Is transcribed and needs analysis. Can request analysis. Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay. Let's quickly check. I actually kind of forgot which reel it was too. That is the problem right now. Was it the copycat thing? Uh, or were we doing something else? I think we were doing the copycat one, right? All okay. Anyway, I mean the error is pretty specific, so I think it's fine. Copycat. Wait, what? What? Huh. Can request analysis. Can request analysis. Analysis. Can request analysis present. Why is can request analysis not true here? Is it transcribe? Yes. Is it needs analysis? What is needs analysis? Not started or failed. I think in failed cases it can actually try. I think like this needs more detail, bro. It needs more detail. Um. Okay. I think if it's not started, then this thing is not true anyway. So I think it's fine. Let me see. Sharing screen again. Okay, so it's still not there, which is crazy. You know what? Chuck it. This thing can go. This thing can go. This thing can come here. Are there multiple things saying this? No, right? No. Cool. Okay. Now we have like literally brute forced it. So there is like no way. That's fake. Zero chances that it fails now. This is the problem with writing code with AI because like there are cases where like you'll not fully understand. So you will try to see what is the closest answer. And yeah, so see analyze now is there. Uh, let's try analyzing it. And hopefully nothing goes wrong. Something did go wrong by the way. Analysis saved reel removed pending. Why is it not saying? Why is it not showing then? So is analyzed is clearly false. Completed and an analysis summary not equal to nil. Completed processing. Does not update reel dot is analyzed. Bro, I'm not ending the stream without fixing this, like for sure. I might. I might, by the way. I might. Uh, why would the analysis summary be nil, bro? There's like so much information. It says a lot. No, I don't think this is what is happening. I need to add some more. Mm, I want to say, I want to say on. Can I do an on appear here? Okay, on appear. I'm gonna do a debug print and say debug. I'm gonna find out what the reals dot is analyzed is. Can I not do that? Okay, sorry. Bro, what is going on? This is the real rate. Is I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, cool. We were using it on the V stack, I think. Cool. Uh, analysis status is this. Then let's do slash in. Is analyzing analysis completed? Show analysis is summarized. What else is there? We ideally want to know the status also. Okay, so let's print this thing out. Error. And there was one more thing that I wanted to see. Real dot on fetch. Real analysis error is analyzing. Show analysis. Where did I see it though? Mm-mm-mm. Action. Uh, Let me see what else. What else do I have? Analysis status, transcription status. So analysis status. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Real dot analysis. What? Why is it not suggesting? Analysis status. Status. Eh. Okay. I don't know why it was not suggesting. In most cases, it will like suggest these things. Okay. So this doesn't fix anything. I'm just like seeing what the output is, but I'll still share screen for you guys. Yes. Why not? Mm, mm, mm. This is getting a little bit taxing, and I'm getting a little bit sleepy as well. Um, Kit. So the time it's pressed. Yeah. Yo, AI analysis available. What, brother? Wait, let me check what's going on. Oh. Analysis status true, error nil, optional completed. Create a feature, create a button to say force analyze when the summary is nil. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I mean, okay. Instead of like doing all this, I'm just gonna. I'll do it whenever it comes. But like, let's test if everything else is working fine. Okay. So analyze now. Maybe it's like a one-off content or something. One-off error. Okay, this thing worked. I think that more women would identify as founders if we focused on the fact that entrepreneurialism shows up often as creativity in girls and building in boys. Is this a woman making the statement? Yes, it is. I just think that right now, it's a particular moment, the creativity trait that makes female entrepreneurs stand out are the most sought out, often in demand, most valuable traits that you can possibly have as an entrepreneur. Actually, true, by the way. Kind of true. That being said, okay, let's try running this. Where is my cursor? It's my cursor. My cursor is missing, guys. Even though I'm not using cursor, I'm using Claude Code. Sorry, bad joke. Mm, I'm gonna do it a little off stream because like I feel like I want to lie down. Ah, okay, but no. What if the force analysis analyze works? Okay, wait, it's writing more code. We're gonna let it write more code. Ga, bro, this is so freaking weird. And to think that I promise to post this stream publicly is a little bit weird, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. Where? Okay. Sorry, I forgot to share my screen with you guys. Mm-mm. And if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go off stream and fix it later. Okay? We're gonna because I think this has taken a little too much of time already. Uh, why is it not? Okay. Force analysis. Force analyze. So now it is submitting with force analysis as true. So ideally, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna recheck. I'm gonna recheck on my backend on what the issue is. So it says already analyzed as true. Transcript 90 already has an analysis. Okay, so I'm gonna fire up something which I'm not gonna tell you what it is, which gives me the superpower to check what is going on. And I know that this reel is a reel that has ID of 90. So that is also pretty useful information to me. But wait, this is not 90. This is something else entirely. What? Okay, but I can search by person. Startup. Mm. Okay, so I found the reel here on my backend. I'm going to delete the analysis from here. And okay, now that I've deleted the analysis, let me try to force analyze it again. Okay, that worked. Cool. So in a case where false analysis happens on the backend, it sort of like doesn't allow it to get reanalyzed or something like that is going on. I'm not exactly sure. But okay, let me check. The speaker discusses the issues of copycat startups. Okay, so in this case, ideally I should remove this change. I don't want this anymore. Remove this force analyze button. I don't want it anymore. Okay, so there was this earlier thing called slash rewind, but it no longer works properly. So it no longer works properly in Claude Code, so we have to do this. So while our AI does that, I want to share screen and discuss the future steps for the app. So this thing worked pretty well. So we have like a bunch of transcript here, but the core thing that you need to notice is like the copycats almost always fail. They are always a year or two behind. The people aren't as good, but they don't have the same sense of mission. A lot of these friggin' good things are on here. So what we'll be doing soon is that we'll add something called a code book, and we'll also plan on what to do with the action items soon. A lot of these things will be on priority this week because we are planning a launch pretty soon, and all this will be available to you guys to use rather quickly than you think. So now that we are on topic, let's analyze like a little few more. And okay, we have already analyzed this. This is by the NVIDIA CEO. So let's extract it. Bro, at an annual GTC developer conference, NVIDIA CEO. Network error. Oh yeah, the retry count. We need to increase the retry count. Huh. Okay. The retry count, I kept it for 4 for some reason. Cool. But research, bro, action items. Research NVIDIA's AI chips sales predictions. Wow. I see through 2027 at least one. I see through 2027 at least $1 trillion. So what was this? Well, I am tell you right now where I am. I stand a few. Okay, I think this is a quote which is helpful, which is a quote that Jensen has said, but it's not useful to us. I'm certain computing demands will be much higher than that. Than what? So the AI still needs a little bit working upon. This is a friend. He is my friend named Yash. He was with me in KGP. He made a reel on consistency, and we extracted its transcript. We are going to be trying to analyze it now. Shout out to Yash. He's building this thing called Block, which is like a screen time app kind of thing. So he has already made sales. I think that's like kind of crazy. Okay, so the creator discusses the importance of consistency and shares their personal experience of maintaining habits. They emphasize on a lot of things. The categories are lifestyle, productivity, and I think that's exactly what Yash is building upon. And habit formation, consistency, accountability, keep so the action items are keep distractions away. And because he's building like a screen time app, uh, I think like he's sticking on the category of like what to do. Then he has like a bunch of key quotes in his reel, which says keeping your distractions away, one, and second, putting it out in the public, let people know what you're working on. I think he was talking about building in public. Not all stresses are bad, so I'm assuming it's there somewhere. So cool. That was perfect. Now let me try analyzing something else. This is again so extracting of this. Okay, so this is again the retry problem. So this should work as well. Find something interesting to do, identify what bad habits give you. So that's pretty much it, guys. We have successfully completed what we were trying to do today, and that was on the stream, which will be public. I think I will be keeping it public just because we succeeded. Just kidding. Even if I failed, if I had failed, I would have definitely not made it public. But the task is done. These features are going live mostly by the end of this week because Apple review process has become like a little bit hectic, and I will need to do a bunch of things before making this public. I think like adding a couple of more small features. So while we do that, if you somehow watched till here, I don't know why you will watch it till here, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, see you again on another live stream. So cool. I'm gonna end the live stream, guys. So bye.